with Clément, maybe
Clément. As you want. Bonjour.
Okay, this is all my friends, so I will just continue in English. But maybe you can give us some of the French lessons, So you're coming from France, as I said, studying at the Faculty of Mathematics, Natural Science and Information Technologies at the University of Primorska, and you will present your experience being here, Erasmus student. So the Zoom is yours. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Could you just tell me if you can see my presentation correctly?
Yeah, we can see. Perfect. Thanks.
Perfect. Okay. So hello, everyone. Nice to meet you all. So first, thank you for inviting me here. And so, yeah, I'm going to share with you my Erasmus experience as a final student. So this is me. My name is Clément. I'm 21 at the moment. And this is actually my second Erasmus semester in Koper. I first came from February to June 2020 when the COVID appeared as a student. And now I'm back for the semester. And now I'm working in the HICOP lab in FabNet. So basically, we're working on human interactions with computers. And in France, I'm a master's student in computer science at the UTBM. So maybe if there are some French students here, I don't know, maybe you know this school. So yeah, so what about my experience in Koper? Well, I chose the University of Primorska and more precisely FabNet because there were a lot of English courses. And also I had the opportunity to choose among computer science, math, and bioinformatics courses compared to other universities where I only had to choose between one specific program. So here I had the choice. About my feelings, I mean, studying and living here, well, I came back for a second semester, so I think that already says a lot about it. Here in FabNet, I liked the proximity with the professors because a lot of them were PhD students, so they were closer to my age. And I mean, it was less stressful to work with them. Also good to know for other French students, the exam system is very different, I would say, because you can take several times the same exam. And also the grades are not given on the curve, but they're, in France, in my university, grades are given according to your ranking in the class. And here it's only given according to your percentage of completion in the course. So students are less competitive and I liked it a lot. And so about the city of Koper, well, if you're used to live in the capital, you should know that it's a very calm city, like you're along the sea. It's kind of small, but you have everything. But yeah, you should know that it's a very calm city. And so about the tutoring system, sadly, I could not attend the orientation days, but for the tutoring, I would say that it was very helpful for me because my tutor was a PhD student in math. So he knew the professors and the courses. So it was a great help for that because he recommended me nice courses and yeah, so I took the courses he recommended me. And also the international office, they helped me a lot with the paperwork and also with the residence permit because they were not speaking English very well. So they helped me a lot for the paperwork. Now about the accommodation, I would say that you should find an apartment as soon as possible. Even more if you want to live in the center of Koper, because apartments are hard to find. So if you're coming from September to February, you can maybe find one on Airbnb, but if you cannot, you should apply at Villa Domus. But the same, there are not many places left, so you should apply as soon as possible. And the two safest choices, I would say, would be Moisimer, where landlords are advertising their apartments, and also this Facebook group, where you can join it. I don't know how to read this in Slovene, but you should join it and you can translate your English message to Slovene and you can ask for whatever apartment you need. And usually you'll get many answers from landlords. So yeah, it's quite easy to find on this group. About the cost of living and the life, in Koper, there are many student associations and they are organizing very interesting trips, like as they said before, we went to Budapest last weekend with the SHUP, and also on every weekday you can play badminton, volleyball, basketball with the sport association. So this is very nice. Also for the life, I said Koper is quite small, but you really have everything. You have gyms, sport activities, shopping centers, sports. You basically have everything in Koper, so you don't have to be scared about that. And for the meals, so other students told about you before, but I'm gonna repeat myself. You have access to the boni, so you can eat. You can see on the presentation like there are many restaurants in Koper, and there is also like great diversity. You can eat in Asian restaurants, Balkan restaurants, or also pizza because we are close to Italy, of course. So there are many restaurant places available. And so you get 1 meal per working day, so around 20 per month. Now about the cuisine, the culture, and the stereotypes I had before coming here. Here are some of the 3 Balkan dishes I tried when I came. Those are very good and you should absolutely try them when you come. About the stereotypes I had, I didn't know much about the Balkan history and everything, but I thought that I would meet only Slovene students and Erasmus students. But when you arrive, you realize that there are way more Macedonian, Serbian, Bosnian students than Slovene. So it was very interesting for me. I didn't know that there were so many students coming from the Balkans to Slovenia. And so about the public transport, I would recommend that you can find an apartment at the center, but if you cannot, and you can only find one in the happy part of Koper, you can take the bus, and it's not that very expensive. And yes, I think that's it for this part. So the life after lectures, they showed you pictures before. I'm going to show you other pictures, but you can travel in Slovenia. The country is very beautiful. You have many landscapes. Though this is the Blades Lake that you've seen before. This is Bohin Lakes. I don't think you've seen it before. And those are 1 hour, 30 minutes away from Koper. So you can rent a car or take the bus. Also, if you bring your car, you should know that you will have to pay the vignetta, and it's quite expensive. So you should know that before. You can also go to Piran, which is like a city close to Koper. And finally, you can come to Koper for the beautiful sunsets. Almost, I mean, every day you can watch the sunset. Those are very beautiful and you cannot get bored of it. What else? In Koper, you also have many cafes and bars along the sea, even though at the moment they're closing at 10. So if you come later and maybe the COVID is not a problem anymore, you can enjoy them during the night. And I think I would have now more tips for you. Yeah, okay, so here are some of the tips I can tell you. Usually when for me, when I'm in my home university, studies can get boring because you're used to the place, you know everyone, you're not meeting new people. So basically the semester is kind of long, but when you're on Erasmus semester, you realize that you're meeting new people, having parties, etc., etc. So time flies fast. So you should know that before coming here, and you should embrace every opportunity you have and travel as much as possible, because 6 months is very, very short. About housing, I would recommend finding an apartment as soon as possible. For me, for instance, I arrived in September because of my internship instead of October when the semester is starting, and I couldn't find an apartment in Koper. So I was living in Trieste and I had to take the car to come to Koper for the whole month of September. So yeah, I advise you to find an apartment as soon as possible. And if you can find a shared apartment, you can easily meet Erasmus people like at the beginning without having to attend anything. So, and keep please also a private room so you can get your own space. And yeah, if you're still hesitating, like please trust us. You've seen many presentations before. We're not getting paid for this. I mean, we like for real. You should try the Erasmus experience. You meet new people. You'll grow as a human. I mean, yeah, you should definitely try it. And for the language. I attended the Slovene course, and I can say that it's very hard to learn because I mean I only knew French, English, and a bit of Spanish before coming here, and Slovene is hard to learn for me. So yeah, I mean anyway, if you cannot speak Slovene, usually people speak English, so it's going to be fine. But yeah, you should know that before coming here. And that's it for my presentations. Thank you for your attention, and if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for the presentation. I think it was really useful for those who are studying in Koper, but you also showed us that you are traveling a bit around the Slovenian coast and also some other destination. Did you already visit Ljubljana?
Yeah, I did. I just didn't have any nice pictures to put, but I did. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay. How did you like it?
Well, I liked it, but I thought it would be actually bigger, but I liked it. Yeah, it was nice.
Okay, and maybe just from the, I also asked before, the courses, the faculty, since these are the natural science, are they all in English, or maybe you have some consultations or?
Well, I had the choice, so I only chose English courses, but I know some Erasmus students that didn't have the choice, so they have to do their assignments alone at home, even because the courses are in Slovene. So yeah, if you can take English courses, it will be, of course, easier for you, but it can happen that you will have Slovene courses. Yeah.
Good. And maybe just, coming from France, it's a bit different environment here. Do you find this culture like really different, or there are any similarities?
I don't know about the culture, but I really like living here along the sea with people here. I mean, everyone is friendly, and I'm just missing the food, to be honest, because I'm not used to. I mean, you're close to Italy, so you have a lot of pizza, and the Balkan food is nice, but yeah, I'm missing the food, to be honest.
Okay, good. Are you going home for the holidays, or you're staying here?
Yeah, actually, I am. Yeah.
Perfect. So probably most of the Erasmus students will probably go home, or the international students.
Yeah, actually, I mean, another tip, it's good to know if you're leaving from Venice, the airport, it's kind of cheap to go back to any European country. So you should take the bus for 10 euros to the airport, and then they take the plane, for 40 euros. So yeah, it's very cheap.
Yeah, Koper as a location, I think it's really good in a way of connections, because not a lot of people know that the Venice is really close. You have Trieste, you can even fly from Ljubljana. So
yeah, also
there are many options for either to go back home or either travel